Political Asylum by Kylee Peck and Oneall. The policy. Asylums are granted to persons who are unable to return to their home country because of prosecution or a well-founded fear. People come to the United States seeking protection because their country might be prosecuting them for their race, religion, sex, political opinion, and more. On May 31st, 2019, the USCIS issued an update on procedures for asylum applications filed by unaccompanied alien children. To obtain asylum through the affirmative asylum process, you must be physically present in the United States. You may apply for asylum status regardless of how you arrived in the United States or your current immigration status. You have to apply for asylum within 1 year of the date of your last arrival in the United States, unless you can show that you will be able to work and live in the United States and apply for permanent residency, or you filed within a reasonable amount of time given those circumstances. Governmental and non-governmental influences. People have always had a problem with immigration and people who come into the country. The U.S. has always been seen as a place of safety for relocating immigrants, but due to the recent political climate, it is becoming harder to come into this country without facing backlash. Regardless of your past experiences, the political asylum process has changed over the years due to the changes of circumstance as other factors in the country. The regulations and checks of credibility have grown, and the steps it takes to be granted asylum have grown to be a lot more extensive. In regards to public opinion, 76% of Americans think that refugees can live here comfortably. Also, many think that the government is critical of refugees. Regarding the media, this policy has helped shape public opinion on asylum. It opened people's minds and made people more accepting of the people seeking safety. Interest groups also took an interest in this policy. For example, United We Dream and International Refugee Law are examples of some of these interest groups. Cost-benefit analysis. If a family member or spouse wants to come into the U.S., there's a fee of $535. If a student comes, it is $1,140. If an individual is migrating, the cost is over $1,500. For children, it is $750 if they're younger than 14. While there is no fee to apply for asylum, there is fees that come with the process of it. Some benefits to this are that it is legal and it comes in a very low cost. Some negatives are that the refugees need representation, proof in court, and they have the possibility of getting sent back to their original country. Evaluation. The effectiveness of this policy can be summarized as pretty effective. 25,000 refugees are granted asylum every year. 70,000 cases are reviewed a year, and 27% of the cases are granted. The unanticipated effects that this policy has on individuals can include PTSD among asylum seekers, placing refugees in urban areas or camps, or their rights being infringed upon in this country. Political reforms to this policy can include the Trump administration becoming more open to refugees and being less restrictive towards them. And this is our works cited.